This is probably the craziest KO that I have ever seen. It's gonna blow your mind, and we need to talk about how it happened and how to avoid it if you have a fight coming up. Every once in a while we see those, not even like 1 in 1,000, the 1 in a million KOs where somebody does a spectacular technique and their opponent just happens to not react in any of the 100 ways that they could have to avoid it. They do the one thing they shouldn't have. So it's just kind of that moment where things line up, and let's just jump right into this footage right away and take a look at it. I'm gonna watch it with you guys. So right at the beginning here, obviously MMA, they're in the cage, probably amateur since they have shin pads on. The gloves don't look very big though, so yeah, I'm a little confused on that aspect. And the only element that I'm unclear about going into this is this the first round? Or is this the second and the third, or the third? We'll talk about why that's important in a moment. But here we go, the bell rings, they come out, boom, out cold, right away. And you guys gotta see the reaction of the ref. The ref, he's like, whoa, okay. He's looking over, he gives him the eyebrow nod and the glove touch. So very first thing, why is it important if this is the first round or one of the follow-up ones? Well, my question would be, what is the dude who's coming out thinking? What kind of mental state is he in? Maybe he already got rocked and hasn't recovered. If this is the first round, it's a very, very different situation, because I would be going, there's so many things he could have done to not engage like that, to get KO'd like that. Number one, you guys have heard me on the channel. When somebody starts a fight and you run right out to get after them, it's kind of 50-50. Your skill set could far exceed this guy's, but when you run out, who's to say what is gonna happen? Maybe you don't understand his power. Maybe you've given up your speed advantage. Maybe you've given up your technical advantage. Maybe you've given up your timing advantage. You don't know. So you don't just run out and charge into it. The next thing which I question is, as soon as he walks forward and he's, let's say, it looks like he's about this far away. When he's about this far away, his opponent starts windmilling, starts doing that big circle thing, and he just continues to step forward and step forward. When somebody starts spinning, generally you don't want to continue on the attack unless you have the perfect answer to jam them. And then once he starts getting within kicking range, he starts his kick, which is a bad idea because he's already a step behind. You guys have also heard me talk exactly about what you should be doing when you throw kicks, where your hands should be. This guy does everything wrong because his hands are out here as he kicks, and that round kick wraps around. You will hear me time and time again on the channel say, when you throw your kick, you have this other hand up. They can't kick you with their left leg, because your left leg is over top theirs. You've jammed them. They can't kick you down the center. They can't punch you if your distance is correct, but they could round kick you from this side, which is why that hand stays exactly there. But let's talk about the spin. The spin is the part that really gets me, because they're so far away and this dude starts going into his big whippy tornado. As soon as somebody starts spinning, if I spin, you know the technique is coming this direction. If I step and do this, you know the technique is coming this direction. There are some arguments, some people who would say, yeah, well, I could spin around and throw a roundhouse kick. And we used to do this in point fighting. We'd bounce, we'd come around and round kick, but there's no power because your body momentum is coming this direction and you're not following through with it. You're halting and tapping. So as soon as somebody starts that rotation, all you have to do really is recognize, okay, are they going to use the rotation to come up the middle, or are they going to use the rotation to come around the side? Which is why perfect defense for a spinning technique, if I throw a spinning hook kick or spinning back fist or a spinning back kick, your perfect defense is just step that way. If I throw my technique the other direction, you step that way. You definitely do not run straight in though and hope that with your hands way out, you're not going to get kicked, because that just happened. You see, again, it's that 1 in a million right? The guy has to throw the fancy technique, and the dude defending has to basically do the one thing out of 100 wrong that will end up in this situation just lining up. But I had to share that one with you and just reinforce, whether it's the first round, the second round, the third round, be careful in those first 5, 10, 15, 20 seconds. Gauge your distance, move around, make sure you're safe, make sure you're composed, make sure your opponent isn't doing anything too crazy that you can't counter or react to, and then go about the rest of the fight and get that victory. And if you're wanting more fight tips like this, more ways to get victories in your fight, head over to Strike Ready Combat, where you can pick up my courses where I focus on building the ultimate defense, super solid offense, and I have a course on how to throw people to the ground with amazing takedowns. Strike Ready Combat, where you get championship instruction. That's all for today, guys. As always, train hard, and I will see you back here soon for another video.